Hi and welcome to Perform or Less Pilates. My name is Siri and I'm so glad you're joining me for this workout today. You'll just need your mat and a long resistance band, ideally with handles or straps at the end. Join me in a comfortable seated position on the mat and we'll get started right away. You'll place the middle of your band just around the bottoms of your shoulder blades in your middle back, and then you'll cross the handles in front, grabbing a comfortable hold of the band. Relax your shoulders, let your elbows drop, and close your eyes. Let's settle into our breath briefly. I invite you to inhale through your nose and exhale out through an open mouth, as if you were blowing out birthday candles on a cake. And notice what you're feeling against the band. Hopefully, as you inhale, you're feeling your rib cage expanding forward and back and side to side. And as you're exhaling, you're feeling your rib cage wrap in toward the center from the sides. And also you're feeling your rib cage slide down toward your hips. So let's take a few more breaths here, because breathing is one of the core principles of Pilates and so important in all of the exercises that we're about to do. Inhale through your nose. Blow out your birthday candles as you exhale out through your mouth. Open your eyes. Let's uncross the handles and bring the band alongside the backs of your arms and your upper back. Big inhale in the center. On the exhale, rotate over to your right, keeping your arms long. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate towards your left. Feel the band touching the backs of your arms as well as your upper back the whole time. It helps us to maintain a long and neutral spine. Next time you come through center, if your legs are crossed like mine, switch the cross just to be balanced. Let's inhale in the center, and on the exhale, dip your right arm down as your left arm reaches up, a little side bend. Inhale through center, exhale, dip it over to the other side. Throughout today's workout, I really encourage you to move at the pace of your own breath. So I'll generally tell you when to inhale and exhale, but you find your own perfect speed of movement. Let's do one more each way. And then after your next one, put the band down for a second and come to the middle of your mat. Your feet will be planted down and you have some runway behind you to roll back. Hands underneath your thighs. Big inhale, we sit up tall. On the exhale, starting from the base of your spine, roll halfway down so that your hands are still connected to your thighs. Let's inhale here, and on the exhale, roll back up to a tall seat. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll halfway down. Starting to really warm up the spine as well as the powerhouse muscles, all your core muscles, front, sides, and back of your torso that are so essential in Pilates. On your next one, roll all the way down, let go of your legs with your hands, and find your head on the mat. Lovely. Take a triangle with your hands. Thumbs come together, index fingers come together, and then that triangle goes right on your lower abs underneath your belly button. On the inhale, let's exaggerate the arch in our back. You're tipping towards your fingers. On the exhale, imprint your full spine to the mat, tipping toward your thumbs. So feel your pelvis rocking forward and back with your breath. Inhaling to exaggerate the arch, create a bigger tunnel of air underneath your low back and the mat. And then exhale to make that tunnel go away as you press your full spine into the mat. After your next exhale, let's land in a neutral spine between these two extremes. So your triangle is roughly level with the floor, and you have just enough space underneath your low back to maybe slide a piece of paper or a credit card through from one side to the other. Take your band, loop your hands through the handles, and then hold on to your band with your hands about shoulder width apart, directly over your shoulders. Let's inhale here to prepare. On the exhale, pull out on the band. Inhale to release and exhale to pull, starting to warm up the upper body here. On your next exhale, if you wish, you can add a bent leg lift. Inhale to lower the leg and release the band. Exhale to pull out on the band and float one leg up. Keep going. We're doing a few more here. Your main objective at the moment is to keep your shoulders and your hips totally still. So even though the arms and legs are moving, everything between your shoulders and your hips is still like a statue. Next time one leg comes up, let's hold it there. Doesn't matter which one it is. Inhale. And on your next exhale, float the other leg up as well. Now, my friend, I want you to check. Are you still in that neutral spine with a little tunnel of air between your back and your mat? I hope so. Let's inhale in the center. On the exhale, drop one toe down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to drop the other toe down. So this is a reverse of the movement that we were just doing a moment ago. Marching our legs with them starting in tabletop. And if you'd like, you can slide your hands out a little bit wider on your band. Next time you lower the leg, pull your palms all the way down toward the floor. Lower the leg and pull so that the band might even come to touch your chest. Let's do one more each way. We're finishing our warm-up here. We're ready to tackle our Pilates reformer-less exercises today. Hug your knees into your chest. Allow your spine to imprint into the mat. Take a gentle rock side to side. And now this transition is part of the workout. Are you ready? We're going to loop the band behind our legs and then plant our feet down to the mat. Here we are. Hands are shoulder width apart on the band. Take a gentle pull out once or twice just to see how you feel about the resistance. If you want more, bring your hands closer together. The band will be shorter with more resistance. If you want a little less resistance, slide your hands further apart. We're heading into our Pilates 100. Let's take an inhale to prepare. On the exhale, slide your ribs down to meet your hips as your head and shoulders curl off the mat. And we start to pulse out on the band. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale. You can stay right here with your legs or bring them into tabletop. Or another option is to take your legs out in a diagonal. We're still breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your shoulders wide. It's inhale and exhale. 2 more rounds. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your head down. Hug your knees back into chest. Let's bring the band back over our shoulders and find a little crisscross twist. Slide your hands slightly closer together than shoulder width, and then take a gentle pull apart so we can feel that tension from the band the whole time. Inhale to prepare. On the exhale, curl up in the center first, and then reach one armpit toward the opposite knee. Big, big, big twist. And send one leg straight out on a diagonal. Let's go. We inhale to twist through center. Exhale to rotate. Inhale center. Exhale, rotate. And if you wish, you can add a gentle pull out on the band as you rotate. But our focus is getting on that really big twist through the core, through the powerhouse. Take one more each way. And then come back through center. Lovely job. Let's switch the band and place our feet into the handles or the straps. So one foot in each. And yes, this transition is part of the workout. You've got 2 options for your hands now. You can either hold on to the band at your chest. We're going to be sending our legs out in a diagonal to begin. Or if you prefer, you can reach your arms straight up to the sky directly over your shoulders. This is going to be a little bit more upper body work because your arms need to stay fixed in space. So why don't we start with our hands at chest first and see how we do. Your head can stay down or up, your choice. Send one leg out, then the other, and exhale, exhale. It's inhale, Inhale, exhale, exhale. Keep going. Remember, head down or up. Either way, you're going to get a great workout. 2 more rounds. Exhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Hands and knees, everything comes into the center. Let's take an inhale here. On the exhale, option 1, just send both legs straight out on a diagonal. Inhale, pull them in. Exhale, send your legs straight out on a diagonal. Option 2, with the legs, go the arms as well. So it's exhale to reach away from center, inhale to pull back in. Exhale to reach away from center, inhale to pull back in. If your head is up and you're noticing any tension in your neck, please put the head down, because creating more neck tension will not get you a stronger core. Our core is here in the center of the body. That's what we want to be working. Let's do one more. Bring it back to center. I invite you to anchor the band to your chest and send your legs straight up. Scissors are next. Let's inhale to lower one leg, and then exhale to switch. Inhale to lower the other leg. Exhale to switch. Inhale to lift and lower. Your legs are like the sharp blades of a scissor meeting right in the middle. Keep your legs long. Point your toes if you can. Make this movement as precise as possible. Next time, let's do 2 more scissors, and then take a big half circle of the legs to switch positions. 2 scissors, switch, switch, big half circle. It's switch, switch, big half circle. As always, head down or up, your choice. And if you want a little bit more upper body, see what happens if you hold the band with your hands directly over your shoulders. Here's our last one. Switch, switch, big half circle. Hug both, lower your head, please. Leave the legs straight up. Let's just lower and lift both legs together. Now, friends, I want you to come out of your neutral spine and imprint your full spine onto the mat. So no daylight between your low back and the mat here. Let's inhale to lower the legs, only as far as your back can still stay on the mat, and then exhale to lift. So really check in with your pelvis. We want to keep it totally still so there's no rocking or shifting. That is the challenge of this exercise. Move at the pace of your own breath. We're inhaling to lower and exhaling to lift. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And here's your final exercise in this position before we switch things up. Externally rotate your legs so heels stay close together, but toes are pointing out to the sides of the room. We're doing a big leg circle. Inhale to lower your legs in the center. Exhale to sweep them up on the outsides. And if you want to work against a little bit more resistance here for the legs, hold on to the band closer to your feet. That makes the band shorter and tighter. This is one of the things I just love with working with resistance bands, is we're always able to adjust the tension for ourselves. Now reverse directions with me. Let's inhale to circle on the outside and exhale to lift our legs up through center. And as always, if you want a little bit more upper body, you certainly can bring your hands directly over your shoulders. 2 more here. Bridges are next. So after you finish your next circle, hug your knees in. Let's take our feet out of the straps and place the band across your hips. So right where you feel your hip bones, your bony protrusions here in the front of your hips, your band will go just underneath those. And you're going to anchor the band down to the mat using your arms, either your palms or your forearms, depending on how long your arms are. So we're going to get a lot of great upper body work here, just securing the band in place. Bring your feet close to your hips, they're hip width apart. Let's inhale to prepare on the mat. On the exhale, roll through your spine to lift your hips up into bridge. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale, roll yourself down one vertebra at a time. So our goal here is to mobilize the spine piece by piece, as if it's a string of pearls that we're lifting off the mat and then lowering back down. You're hopefully feeling the back sides of your legs firing up. Glutes are definitely doing a lot of work here. And of course, like we talked about, your powerhouse, your core. On your next one, whenever you next lift your hips up to bridge, let's stay here. Check. Are you still pressing the band down, feeling the whole backs of your arms lighting up? Now, keeping your pelvis still, inhale to prepare. Exhale, float one knee over the chest. Inhale to lower. Exhale, float the other knee over the chest. Try to stay still as a statue in the rest of your body so that just your leg is moving. Let's do one more each way. Next time you lift your right leg, meet me with the right leg lifted. Let's straighten it up to the ceiling and find little circles the size of a tennis ball for 8, 7, 6. Push down through your supporting foot on the floor. And we reverse, please. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Windshield wiper across the midline of the body. Then open the leg out to the side. Inhale to cross and exhale to open. It doesn't have to be a big movement to be really effective. Just 2 more. Last one. Bring the foot back, leg back into the middle. Lower the foot down. Let's take a big inhale at the top. And on the exhale, lower your hips down. If you, like me, have been holding onto the band with your hands, you might be feeling a lot of grip work with the small muscles of your hands and your forearms. So maybe take a moment to shake out your hands, roll out your wrists. We will have to do the other side because we got to be balanced. So anchor the band again underneath your palms, your wrists, your forearms, your hands. Let's inhale to prepare. On the exhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Let's float the left leg up this time. Send it straight up to the sky and find our circles for 8. Remember, these are small, tennis ball sized. 4, 3. Both arms are pressing down evenly. Switch directions for 8. You've got this, my friend. 4, 3. Just your windshield wipers left. Exhale to cross the midline. Inhale to sweep the legs straight out to the side. Just a few inches. Smaller and controlled is better in Pilates than big and sloppy. Actually, I would argue in every workout class. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Bring your leg back to the center. Foot comes down. We inhale at the top one final time in our bridge and exhale to lower it down. Very nice work. Let's come up to a seated position. So extend your legs one at a time. Take your band along with you. We take a big inhale. Chin comes to chest. And on the exhale, we roll up slowly to a seated position, sitting up tall on the mat. How are you doing? We're about 2/3 the way done through the workout. It's time to integrate some more upper body. Here's you have a couple of options depending on how stiff your band is. Option 1 is to simply loop the middle of the band around the bottoms of your feet and then hold onto the ends of the band, the handles, and the straps. We're going to be doing some bicep curls, some tricep presses, and some rows. If you want a little bit more resistance, you can go for a figure 8 wrap of the band. The middle of the band comes across the tops of your feet, and then you loop each end of the band around one foot so that your handles come in toward your chest in the middle of your legs. We've now made the band a little bit shorter, which means it's going to have more resistance. And then if you want even more resistance from here, you can always loop your hands through the handles and hold on to the band itself. Are you ready? Let's inhale. On the exhale, roll halfway down, my dear. Now your goal is to get the back of the waistband of your pants to touch the floor. From here, palms are facing up. Big inhale, exhale, bicep curl. Inhale, lengthen the arms, exhale, curl. Keep pressing your heels into the mat because they're gonna wanna lift, and our job is to keep them down. 4 more. Here's 3. Last one. Inhale, lengthen the arms, and exhale, let's roll it back up to a seated position. Quick roll of the shoulders, a little shake out. Nice work. We'll come back to that position one more time. This time, bring your knuckles together at your chest. I'm actually going to opt for a little bit less resistance and hold on to my handles so your knuckles are touching each other. They come to your chest. We take an inhale in our tall seat. Exhale, roll halfway down. Glue your heels to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the arms, palms are facing each other. Exhale, pull your knuckles into chest. 7 more. Every time trying to bring your low back closer to the mat as you lift your head and your upper body further forward. We're trying to deepen the C-shaped curve in our spine. 1 more. Last inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, lift it up to a tall seat. Whew, I hope you felt that like I did. This is supposed to be challenging. Bring your arms by your sides. Your thumbs point down to the mat. Your pinky fingers point up to the sky and palms face back. Now we switch our focus to the upper back here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press straight arms back. Your arms are like in a letter A shape. So you're pressing into the back diagonal. And notice what I did as I turned around. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you to sit with your legs fully extended straight out, you can always still press your heels down, but bend your knees a little bit. We don't want to feel any pinching or pain in the front of the hips. So we're still pressing back here. Focus is on the upper back. You should feel this between your shoulder blades. 2 more. Last one. And release. 1 more seated upper body exercise, my dear, and that's going to be a row. For this one, you'll want a little bit more resistance, so I recommend looping your hands through the handles and then holding on to your band closer to your feet. And for this one, we'll keep our spine long, so no rounding for this one, but a long neutral spine. Let's inhale in the middle. On the exhale, pull your right elbow back, rotate toward the side, and hinge back to try to tap your elbow to the floor. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, pull, rotate, hinge. It ends up being a smooth movement, but it really has those 3 separate parts to it. Pull, rotate, and hinge. I hope you're feeling that pull in the middle of your upper back. I also hope you're feeling that deep rotation and twist through your powerhouse, through your core. Let's do 1 more each way. And after your next one, unloop the band from your feet. Let's place 1 strap or handle into let's say the left foot. Why don't we start on the left foot? And you're going to meet me on all 4s. So your hands land under your shoulders, your knees land under your hips, and we will anchor that band underneath the right hand on the mat. So left foot in the strap, band anchored under your right hand. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lengthen the leg behind you. Toes are still on the mat. Press both hands down evenly and think about scooping your navel up towards your spine to really activate that powerhouse. And then on the exhale, let's float the leg up. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. You're keeping your spine and hips so still that you could balance your favorite beverage. Maybe in the morning it's a cup of coffee or tea. Maybe in the afternoon it's a hot chocolate or a cocktail. I don't judge. Whatever it is for you, I want you to imagine that it's on your low back and you definitely don't want it to spill. Next time you lift your leg, let's meet here. Think length. Reach back through the big toe and reach forward through the crown of your head. Here comes a rainbow tap. Let's tap to the outside first. Then right in the center, lift up. Tap down on the other side, crossing the midline of your body, and lift up. So your leg is drawing a shape behind you. If straight behind you is 6 o'clock, your foot is tapping to about 5 and 7 on the clock here. Keeping both hands evenly pressing into the mat. Your gaze is a few inches in front of your fingertips on the floor. That way we keep a neutral neck. All right, meet me with your legs straight behind you. Now here's a challenge. Are you ready? Inhale. You're going to take your leg out as far to the side as you can. Tap it down. On the exhale, we're going to lift the leg straight back up. So you're drawing a quarter circle with that long leg that has the band around it. Big rotation for the leg inside the hip socket. That's what's going on here. Let's do 3 more, please. Yes, you can. We're almost done here in quadruped on this side. Woo. And then here comes a transition. Lower that leg, please. Come down onto your forearm. So whichever leg has the band, if you're with me, it's the left leg, that leg is going to wind up on top. And we're going to find a sideline position so heels, knees, hips, and shoulders are all directly stacked on top of each other here. You're going to anchor the band using your top hand. Option 1 is to bring the band to your shoulder. We're going to be lifting that leg. Option 2 is to anchor the band in your hand over your shoulder. This is going to be a lot more work for the shoulder and the arm to stabilize. Let's start together with an inhale. Your bottom knee is bent. On the exhale, we lift up into side plank. Are you ready? Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift the leg. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Beautiful. Keep your hips lifted. Option to take the band overhead. You've got a few more here. Let's lift the leg and this time draw circles that are the size of a soccer ball for 8. So the circles are getting a little bit bigger. 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse. Still think about scooping your navel in towards your spine to keep your powerhouse firmly in control. Nice. Flex your foot, my dear. See all 5 toes pointing forward. Inhale, slide the leg forward. Point your toes and exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, slide the leg forward. Point your toes. Exhale, sweep it back. You've got a few more of these on this side. And then we switch sides. I hope you're feeling it not only in your powerhouse, but also in your glutes. Here's our last one. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, slide back. And lower your hips down. Woo! Well, now you know exactly how we're going to finish class because we, of course, will just have to repeat that whole series on the other side. Right foot goes into the strap. Meet me on all fours with the long end of your band anchored underneath the left hand. Press both hands down. Scoop your navel up and in, just like we practiced when we started class. When we exhale, think about the sides of your rib cage wrapping in toward your center. So you've got the support going inwards toward your spine, and you've got the support sideways wrapping into the center. On your next inhale, your right leg lengthens on the mat. On your next exhale, it lifts up. Here we go. Inhale to lower the leg. And exhale to lift. Check that your neck is long, your nose is pointing straight down at the mat, just a little bit in front of your fingertips. Let's do 2 more. Last one. We hold the leg up. Inhale, tap to the outside. Exhale to lift up in the center. Inhale, tap across behind you. And exhale to lift in the center. That's our rainbow tap leg right here. Keeping your hips totally still so that it's just the leg that moves. And if at any point all fours feels uncomfortable for your wrists, you of course have the option of coming down onto your forearms and doing exactly the same movements with your legs. And in this case, I have my band anchored underneath my forearm and my elbow on the mat. Meet me in the middle with your leg lifted behind you after the next one. Here comes our big quarter circle. Inhale, tap the leg out to the side. Maybe your big toe even taps the floor. Exhale, sweep the leg back, lengthen it along the way. Think about length, length, length from big toe all the way up to the crown of the head. Two more, please. Then we're rotating into side plank. You're almost there. Let's lower the leg down. Rotate yourself onto your side so that the right leg with the band stays up on top. We align ourselves, straight line from heels, knees, to hips, to shoulders. And you choose how you want to anchor the band, whether it comes to your top shoulder or up in the air. Let's find that side plank. Inhale to prepare. Press your forearm into the floor. Leg lifts, leg lowers. And if you have your arms straight over your shoulder, you might notice that pressing the leg down is actually the harder part of this exercise because you're working more against the resistance of your band. Whereas if you have the band anchored to your shoulder, the line of pull is more in line with your leg, which makes the lifting portion of this exercise harder. It's great either way. Let's meet up and find our soccer ball size circles. And of course, my friends, if ever you wanted to drop your hips down and keep going with the leg, you certainly can. Let's reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Flex the foot. Make sure toes are pointing straight ahead. Inhale, leg sweeps forward. Point the toes as you sweep the leg back. And we're keeping our hips totally still so that just the leg is moving wherever your band is anchored. 2 more. This is tough. Last one, but we are strong. We can handle it. Lower your hips, lower your leg, lower the arm. We are all done with that band. So put it off to the side and meet me right where we started in a comfortable seated position in the middle of your mat. That could be with legs crossed. It could be with legs extended. You might even sit on folded legs. Whatever feels good. Let's take a big inhale. Arms come up to the sky. Hook your thumbs together. Exhale, lean over to the right. Inhale, center. Switch the cross of your thumbs. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale, center. On the exhale, lower the arms as you rotate toward the right and peek behind your right shoulder. Inhale, arms come back through center. Exhale, rotate to the left as you allow your arms to lower down. That feels so juicy. Let's do that one more time each way. Your arms are dropping forward and back as you open your chest and rotate your spine. We did a lot of work today. I'm so glad that you joined me for this reformer less Pilates workout. Finally, bring your hands to your rib cage. Fingertips are pointing into the center. I'm going to show you the side view here. Let's inhale to open the chest. Feel your hands sliding apart from each other as your rib cage opens. And now as you exhale, you round your spine. You feel your ribs sliding closer together as you close your rib cage. So do that a few more times with me. Inhale, open. Maybe you even reach your head back and look up at the sky. Exhale, close. Drop your chin to chest. One more. And then meet me in the center. Relax your arms down. Let's finish by taking 2 big breaths together. 1 inhale and a longer, deeper exhale. 1 last inhale, arms come up. Exhale, give yourself a big hand. Thank you so much for joining me today for Reform or Less Pilates, my friend. My name is Siri, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.